What's up, YouTube? I'm Christophernegroni, and today we're taking a little bit of a detour. From our usual watch-related topics. I wanted to talk about a different type of men's jewelry today, something still in the realm of completely unnecessary luxury goods, so still right up my alley. And it's brought to you by one of my favorite brands. It's a bracelet, a very beautiful, very gaudy, very expensive bracelet. Now, one of the many reasons that I love wristwatches is that a wristwatch and, a wedding ring pretty much sum up a man's opportunity to wear some type of jewelry. So for a lot of us who enjoy these expensive trinkets, it's one of the ways that we like to express ourselves. It's one of the ways that we can stand out of the crowd of Apple Watch wearing zombies that we encounter on a daily basis. At least that is until I stopped caring about what people might say or think about me. I started to explore wearing chains, bracelets, and even rings. And I discovered that I really like them. I really like some of these different jewelry pieces that you can wear. I realized that I've never really conformed to standards to begin with. You look at me and I'm covered in tattoos. Throughout the year, I'll usually try out different hairstyles, different haircuts, long and short. And, that's how I like it. I like to play around with my style. And, same goes with my fashion. I'll pretty much wear whatever I want nowadays. I simply stopped caring about the normative men's fashion and style advice. Because to put it plainly, I find the standard men's fashion to be pretty damn boring. Where most men find comfort in the boundaries set by today's men's fashion, I personally find it bland and uninspiring. Many times men's fashion is masked under this umbrella of words like sophisticated and classy, but that's just a cop-out. Because if what it means to be classy and sophisticated is to be like the rest of the herd, then I don't want any of that. I don't want it. I'm not very fond of these arbitrary rules set on men's fashion. These guidelines that you must follow. Rules like if you're wearing black tie, you shouldn't wear a watch. Or you must match your shoes to your belt. Men don't wear earrings. Denim is for casual wear only. And shorts are for boys only. That's a new one that I just found out. There's people out there that only wear pants. Like, are you serious? What are you doing at 110 degrees? 110 degrees outside. You wearing pants? Oh, give me a break. The only reason you're wearing pants and not beautiful above the knee shorts is because you're not squatting in the gym, huh? You're not squatting in the gym. You're completely skipping leg days. That's the real reason, okay? Making these arbitrary men's fashion rules. Love shorts. I love my shorts. Oh, and my favorite, tattoos. They're so vulgar. That's one of my favorites because at least once every new video that I put out, I'll get a similar comment, and it kind of goes like this. Oh, what a beautiful watch. It's just too bad that guy's tattoos it really ruins the classy nature of the watch. When people text you LOL, and they're not LOLing, but you say it anyways. When I see a comment like that, that literally makes me LOL. So just keep them coming. I need a good laugh every once in a while. Yeah, I don't really care for any of those rules because I live my life for the contrast. I live for the highs and the lows, the ups and the downs, the clash between the defined and the unexpected. So with that, I bring you the Cartier, damn it, which way does this go off? Right here. Oh, there you go. The Cartier Clash. It's a bracelet, pretty simple, but it's a bracelet that combines the luxurious nature of a high-end jewelry piece with the geometric interlocking patterns of a beautiful design. It's Cartier pushing their boundary of sophistication, redefining what sophistication means. This is beauty meets contemporary industrial design. It's the clash between dynamic form and elegance. And when you first look at it, you're taken back by its sharp facets that play with the light, but it's combined with a smooth, luxurious finish. The Cartier Clash bracelet is finished in solid white gold, comes in at about 45 grams, and features a seamless lock mechanism. This model is one of 2 Clash bracelets Cartier sell. This one is the non-flexible version where it has an oval shape to it, and when sized properly, it can move up and down on your wrist a bit, but it won't rotate on your wrist. If you take a closer look at the studs on the bracelet, you'll find one of my favorite details about this bracelet. You can see how every individual stud articulates, which creates this sense of movement and texture. The overall structure and build is really quite impressive. It feels thoughtful and special while still feeling playful in its design. And it's kind of a fidget toy for some of you nervous folks out there. This bracelet represents the spirit of why I love Cartier. Cartier is the master of shapes. Throughout its history in design language, Cartier has always derived their most famous jewelry pieces from shapes we see in real life. My Cartier tank, the rectangular shape and its clean geometric lines were meant to mimic the top-down view of the World War I Renault tanks, with the side brancards resembling the tank's treads, while the dial and central square represent the body of the tank. You take that tank even further, and you see how Cartier created more spirited varieties of the rectangle, with designs like the tank asymmetric or the Cartier Crash, which is merely a Cartier tank warped and distorted. We can look at more life inspiration from the French baths that gave way to the oval shapes in the Cartier baignoire. I even love the Juste Clou bracelets, another example of juxtaposition. A simple utilitarian nail forged in 18-karat gold and delicately formed into a bracelet. Every design once seemingly seen in our ordinary lives immortalized through Cartier's eyes. All right, Chris, sounds great. Now, how much is it? How much is it, you ask? Well, there's definitely a Cartier tax when buying any of these bracelets. What I mean by that is that you kind of have to go into it knowing that you're getting ripped off. If you're looking at just pure gold weight and buying a bracelet, it's probably not going to appeal to you. This particular bracelet comes in at a retail of $10,900 before tax, but you really have to consider you're paying for a Cartier exclusive design. You have to ignore the fact that you're paying $243 per gram of gold. To me, this is really a piece of art. So, something I can wear, something I can, hopefully keep in my family for many decades. But yes, it's relatively an expensive bracelet, especially when you're comparing this to the Love bracelet or the Juste Clou collection. It's a lot more expensive. Hell, for that much money, I could have bought another watch. But that kind of brings me to why I chose to buy this bracelet in the first place. I'm always drawn to things that have the potential to outlast yourself. I love the idea of getting a lifetime of value out of an item. There's so many things we buy on a daily basis that will simply end up obsolete and in a landfill somewhere. So I don't mind spending more money for something I know I will cherish and pass on. And that right there kind of relates to why I love wristwatches so much. It's that romantic idea of owning an item for most of your adult life. Maybe that's my way of eluding the inevitability of our demise. So instead of adding another wristwatch, to which I already have plenty, I decided to add something a little different. I can only wear one watch at a time, but I have 2 wrists. So why not dress that other wrist in something equally as luxurious? Something to where I can further express my personality, my style, something that says more about what I like. So this was more than just another purchase to me. This was something that I was passionate about. I love the design of the entire Clash collection. I even purchased the Clash ring before this. Unfortunately, I found out that delicate rings and my lifestyle, they just don't go together. Somehow the ring warped in the first few weeks of wearing it, so that was quickly returned in favor of this bracelet. Cartier bracelets have always been something that piqued my attention. I always thought in the back of my mind that one day I'd buy the typical love bracelet, something to match my wedding ring. But every time I tried on a love bracelet, it never quite felt like me. Instead, it felt a bit try-hardy, and the fact that you couldn't take it on or off easily or without a second pair of hands was a big downside. Plus, as soon as I put the Clash bracelet on, I knew this would be the one. It immediately felt like me. And bonus, if I got it in white gold, it would easily match most of my steel watches. So it was a bracelet I could wear in more occasions. Now, like watches, I'm not one to simply buy something expensive or luxurious without thinking about value retention. Some people have that luxury of buying willy-nilly. And while I like to buy expensive things, I don't see the harm in doing so somewhat responsibly. Why not buy something that you also love but know will appreciate, or if not appreciate, will at least retain most of its value? And the way to do so is to make sure you're buying things that are consistently in demand. In the past decade, Cartier as a brand has only risen in popularity. Cartier bracelets may be produced in mass quantities, but they are made to a high level of craftsmanship and quality. The brand is a leader in its space and maintains its relevancy through their striking designs. With inflation and the price of gold steadily increasing throughout the years, something as simple as a Cartier bracelet has held its value nicely. The demand for some of these bracelets have become so high that even something like this Clash bracelet has proven to be scarce in quantities and materials. Tracking down my correct size proved to be very difficult. So while I don't plan on ever selling this bracelet, I know myself enough to always give myself that out if I wanted to. Because, well, you never know. So, is it worth it? Well, I'm gonna take the easy answer here and say yes and no. Now, given the high retail price of this bracelet, it's not really worth it. But also, in the context of what we're talking about here, we're talking about a luxury bracelet. It's the same context of a luxury wristwatch. They're not really worth it when you're just looking at the money and the item that you're buying. So it's really up to the person buying this product whether it's worth it to them. For me, this bracelet was worth it. I don't regret buying it at all. In fact, I wish I bought it earlier. I think for a few years I've been spending a lot of my time and resources hunting down watches, obsessing on the chase, and expanding my collection, while I neglected exploring other areas I may enjoy as well. Wearing this bracelet gives me just as much enjoyment as wearing a nice watch, and when you combine those things, it works to elevate your luxury wearing experience. It builds upon your fashion accessories. So that's where I'm at in my life right now. I'm starting to explore other areas I may enjoy splurging a little money on. Maybe it's cars, maybe I'll get a boat, Definitely gonna travel some more, maybe fine dining. I know my wife will be delighted to hear that. I think it's important to take a step back. Although I still have watches on the way, don't get me wrong. I actually made a very similar video when I was waiting on my Panda Daytona. I was beginning to get really frustrated, and instead of buying it gray, as I was very close to doing so, I bought a Leica camera instead. And that not only got me more into photography, but it gave me a tool, something I could use to document my family and our life. I'm getting off topic here, but today's video was already a little bit of a detour, so why not? So that's the Cartier Clash, guys. I purposefully wore this Santos and the Clash together. I think they look really good. Tell me what other things do you guys like spending your frivolous funds on? Leave me a comment down below. I'm curious to hear. And if you like this content, give me a like. Come on. Putting on the tank now, my beloved tank. I don't wear this watch enough, but it's just, oh, it's so beautiful. Look at how those tattoos ruin. Those tattoos just ruin this classy watch. I'm planning on doing more of these videos, you know, exploring other areas in which I'm very passionate about, other items, other things, maybe other hobbies, you know, maybe do a little photography, something like that. And I'm gonna call it Taking a Detour. I really like that name. So if this is something that you enjoy, along with my usual watch content, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of this stuff. Thanks for watching. Negroni out.